Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome, welcome. We're edging again tonight in Ace Attorney Investigations, obviously. How we doing? Hi Ara, hi Hades, how are we both? I had a bit of a disaster of a stream last night. I ended up canning the stream off after about an hour because I just got very, very frustrated with what I was playing. And I had a look at the solution for where I got stuck, and it was something I already tried and that didn't work. So it's like, yeah, maybe I should have just taken yesterday off. I went to bed early. I had a lie-in. I feel a lot better today. I'm still pretty tired out. The meds are still kind of throwing me around a little bit, but hopefully tonight's going to be better. So where we left off where we know that the kid did it. We need to go into the haunted house to get evidence. But our so-called friend has bought the haunted house and he's not going to let us in. What an absolute douchebag. How can he do this to us? How can he do this to us? Don't continue from there. This is the one. Hey, desktop, welcome in. How you doing? The return of sad and tired British man playing red gay prosecutor. Yeah. It's true. It's true. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Immigrated from YouTube. Ah, neat. Thank you. We also realized that we missed the sheaves for this case. Yeah, we did do that, didn't we? Hold it! Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yasugarasu. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yasugarasu is noble and is always a thief of justice. Okay. That's, of course. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case. Alright, I'll input the haunted house data then. Okay, we're going straight in at the deep end, huh? What is this? Where are we? Lance is the son, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. I had to remember his voice. I had to remember who had the silly voice. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Alright, we have to use logic. That's it. Goodbye. End of stream. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist the joke. Ugh. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay. Okay, what should I recreate first? Hi, Simon, welcome in. You haven't figured it out yet. Huh, maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work. Very well, I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Huh? What's a badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. Okay. Then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. Beep beep, okay, programming complete. Wish it was that simple. Or not, that'd be very dull. I have no idea how programming works at all. Like, I've never tried it. I hear it involves a lot of math, so I try to avoid it if I can. But that's odd. The hallway's a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There is only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. I think it's the badger.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costumed kidnapper. Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. It's not that math-heavy unless you focus on math-heavy disciplines. Depending on the field, AI has a lot of math, video game programming as well, but you can get a program to do the maths for you. Oh, that's kind of cool. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay. Cryptography has a ton of maths? MATLAB? Okay. Donk! Well, Lance? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yeah, I'm doing him. Okay, inputting new info now. Mr. Deacon was the bad badger, right? Since the bad badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand. Okay. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Okay. Do I not get my health back? Shit. Okay. I'm not going to get my health back, apparently. Not yet. Alright. Let's go, guys. When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors. Indeed. Who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before? Well, at least we know this is a real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them. Oh? The one we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too. The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Oh, excuse me. I should have had another coffee before I came live, I think. Pieces of a set of armor in a pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses? I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of the abnormality. Why do all your explanations have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? Now try explaining it again, but this time so even a thief like me can get it. That may prove to be a most difficult task. Wow, he's just bugging her off, huh? Oh. I remember glancing over and seeing this figure sitting here as I left the dining room. So I guess I got it spot on when I put it here in my location. Oh dear, excuse me. God, I don't know why I'm so tired, chat. I think it's the medication still. Excuse me. I didn't take a good look, but I'm sure there was a badger here. Okay. I imagine this is how it snuck up on you. That gadget of yours could even replicate people's movements. Well, it's used to plan heists, so of course it's going to be able to simulate the police. You remember not liking Kay as a character? What? But she's like 50% of the best points of AI. The other 50% are Gummers. Oh, Gumshoe, my beloved. It's definitely well made. Perhaps too well made. Maybe I should confiscate it after the investigation. Okay. Weapons. We can talk to people. I can't believe what I'm seeing, sir. This space that I'm standing in. It's like out of some crazy dream. Except that this isn't a dream. This is something K's gadgets... No, it's exactly like a dream, sir. I've never been so impressed. It's a miracle. Someone sure is easily impressed. Hey, Dodso, welcome. Hee, I'm so glad you like it. Oh, so this is a product of your gadget. No, I wish I had one too. Well, once it's over, I'll let you play with it for a bit if you want. You do that for me, pal. Oh, thanks. All right, let's wrap this case up already. It's times like these that I wonder if they understand the seriousness of the situation. Thanks for letting us use Little Thief. Langzi says, reject not those who seek the truth. So keep in mind that I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this for the truth. Don't worry, I understand. We may have different methods, but our wish is the same. Ha! So he's kind of a prick, but at the same time, he's like... He's got a point. He's like Edgeworth became after, like, the first Ace Attorney, where he's like, actually, I don't care about the guilty verdict anymore. I want the truth. So, have you noticed anything worthwhile? I have no obligation to talk with you. Well, I'm fine with just Little Thief in solving this case. That toy, it's very well made. Haha, that's because of the heart of the noble thief, Yasagarasu. Okay, that may not be something you want to advertise to everyone. Huh. So, Sheena, what exactly is the source of this extra-dimensional space? I believe this is nothing more than a projection from that girl's toy. He hates prosecutors other than that he's a good cop? Okay, understood. So it's all an illusion, right? Yes. Hey, don't treat this like some sort of silly light show. Okay, that's me. It's a replica of myself. You were totally oblivious to what's behind you, huh? Yes, I suppose I'm also to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vowed to never be caught by surprise again. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ow, sounds painful. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. I'm looking for something the cop could have used to hit you with. I think it's the broken prop sword. We need to be careful here, though, because we only have about half of our health left.
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. Oh, thank you. We regain health at the end of this investigation. Right, okay. A prop sword. Are you talking about this thing here? Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. Okay, so what test do you want to run on this sword? Dusting for prints is going to be useless because the sword was being held by a badger. The badgers have gloves, right? So if his blood is on the sword, we use luminol on that to determine the angle of attack. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way into this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Like I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay. Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info. Okay. We have a deduction to make, huh? Let's have a look at what we've got in the court record then. Culprit hit me in the right temple area with this. I think we have... If the culprit hit him in the right temple area, the angle of this sword hit is going to hit him there. Which, hang on, is that... No, that is his... Hang on, that's his left. That's his right. So the sword hits in the left side of his temple, if it's held there. So it has to have been held in the right hand to swing it down like that. Right? Hey, Zach, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How we going? I think that's the deduction. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Eureka!
Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about this sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. The opposite side? Huh? If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, then the sword's right side would hit. I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means he used his right hand to hit you. Exactly. This prop sword has a large handguard attached to the hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume in such big hands. Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right. I'll change the data to reflect a right-handed swing. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameter to the right hand, it'd only create a new contradiction. Changing the prop sword to be in the culprit's right hand would conflict with what? The revolver. The missing model gun. I think.
Take that!
The bad badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition. Hey, that's right. Then what now? If it wasn't on his left or his right hand? It meant that the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me. You could have presented either the Badger Bible or the gun. Okay, the Badger Bible. Oh my god. The Badger Bible. Which leaves only you as our primary suspect. It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch you, Lance. Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. Could the attacker have swung from the opposite direction? Probably not. Probably not, because it's the angle of where the blood is on the sword, but also where the actual injury to Edgeworth is. What the fuck are you guys saying? I don't speak Latin. I don't speak Latin. Alright. Alright, I do speak some Latin actually. And I'm gonna say something in Latin right now. Romanes uint domus. People called Romanes, they go the house. Okay? Okay. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger. You got it. Here I go. The Badgers split from the Anglican Church to form their own denomination. Now we have the faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. All right, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and... Oh. And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Ha ha ha. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way, your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what might that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheena. Here you are. Now then, what you miss, girlie? It's written right here in this pamphlet. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger. What is this? I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. Okay. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. Ugh. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead. If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Ugh. Now get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I can declare that I've found the truth. Found the truth. Oh, God. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. We'll see if I can. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. Okay. That looks really weird. Look how it changed from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden. If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding? Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? The truth from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood manifests for Edward. Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. An Ace Attorney Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood crossover. Yeah, imagine. Shu Tucker, you're accused of turning your daughter and her dog into a chimera. How do you plead? Oh, no, actually, you're straight up fucking guilty. And word. How the fuck do you write reconciliation? You only, like... Oh, reconciliation. The truth in reconciliation. I see. I see. I understand. This is where the proto-badger shows up in our recreation. Yes, now the question is, where did he come from? Yeah, there's no place to hide in the current model. There must be an inconsistency somewhere. Give me just a second, guys. I thought I heard something. Hold on. You'll have to forgive me. I'm home alone today, so I'm a bit more jumpy than normal. My wife's still in London until tomorrow evening. The Truth and Reconciliation was the ship of... no, the Truth and Reconciliation was... Wait, was it? Hang on, I thought the Truth and Reconciliation was the Covenant frigate in Halo 1. Was the girl-dog fusion thing supposed to be painful? Yes, and also very unethical. Like, extremely unethical. Like, to the point where Scar kills Shu Tucker for it. Yeah, the Truth and Reconciliation is the Covenant frigate in Halo. It's the one where Captain Keyes gets turned into a flood on. You have to, like, pull the self-destruct chip out of his brain when he's been flooded. Yeah. Good level. Good level. I think there's a hidden passageway somewhere in here. Probably here where the wall changes. Yeah, it's the name of the ship. But yeah, the Prophet of Truth is a character. I don't your knowledge of Halo is limited to a deathcore band playing songs themed around them. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's inspect this badger. This blue badger is just a doll fuse in this haunted house. I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right? According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. Oh, it is actually called the Blue Badger Bible. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even realise. Fake mirror? It could be a fake mirror, yeah. I had thought of that as well. You never saw the show, so the reaction of, oh no, she's hybridized better murder, this little girl's weird to you. Yeah, so basically, Shu Tucker was like a massive grade of criminal. Like, I think probably the best way to describe it is like, you ever see the film The Fly, where Jeff Goldblum gets fused with the fly and he progressively becomes like more and more monstrous? It's like the only thing they could do for Nina at that point was to basically end her misery for her. Because, you know, she had no life anymore. She had nothing resembling a life. All she had to look forward to was pain. Like, it was a horrible part of the story. All because one's a man of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun. Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Okay, so we've got deductions to make. Now, do I need to do logic? I think I might need to do some logic. But let's have a look. And let's have a look at our evidence. Hold on. I think I see it. Look, the strap's there. And then if we look at the Badger Bible, the strap goes across the other shoulder. The strap's the wrong way round. Ara, help me out here. Am I cooking with this? The strap's the wrong way round. It looks more like the strap on the Pink Badger costume. But I'm not confident in this. I am cooking. Excellent. You think it looks al dente? Oh, wait. Wrong spot. Let's deduce here.
Eureka!
Hold on a second here. There is something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? That can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as in the pamphlet. So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? Okay. The blue badger in the pamphlet photo is in reverse to the regular blue badger. But why? There must be some sort of explanation. Is there anything else at all? I don't think there is. So now let's... Time to logic? I think it might be. Time to save scum? You fucking know it. That's what we do on this channel, guys. We save scum like a bastard. Oh, aye. Okay. So, blue badger in reverse. Mirror shards? Ah! Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh! That would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, there's a mirror. Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? Sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction as an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall. To make the badger disappear? I think? Hold on. Very thick and has a design on the back. So if there's a design on the back of the mirror, if the design is the badger itself, then as you go around the corner, there won't be a badger anymore because it's on the back of the mirror. I think it's this.
Take that!
As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it's definitely still there. That was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall? Shadow of Intent. Oh, I've heard of Shadow of Intent. I've heard Reclaimer. Andy, who comes into chat every so often, my IRL good buddy, I think he showed me Shadow of Intent a while ago, and it's like, this is actually pretty fucking good. So, this would allow someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash, move the mirror wall. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they'd open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them. Oh, and if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it will blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprits. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Like, down in this area, right? Because if the mirror closes and then opens up this, they'd have to be hiding down here. Because when this closes, like, up there, that's now locked. They can't get through there, so they'd have to be here.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on, I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now, in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound... Leave the money and go, now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Ah! Don't scare me like that! Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room. You got it! Okay. Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although, at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what, then? Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it. Okay. Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where do you go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha, that's easy enough. He could have just hidden around the corner. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. Yeah. Oh, I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice. But this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies... Oh, hang on. Is it gonna be the, Is it gonna be this bit here, where the mirror wall is? Because Edgeworth would have seen that if it was broken, right? He'd have seen it if it was broken, right? Am I cooking? I'm not confident I'm cooking. Hold on. That's not it. Okay. Is it the lack of a badger? Because Edgeworth's... Yeah, it's the lack of badger. Right, okay.
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. Yeah, I overcooked then. I overthought that one. Oh. This is such a baller tune. Sorry, we just spent a minute grooving. Is that what I think it is? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You got an Iron Mouse sub. That's a really cool emote. That's a really cool emote. Also, congrats on the sub, by the way. Mousie's neat. Mousie is neat. She was very fun to watch at Vexpo. Like, how the fuck did Vexpo manage that, by the way? Like, they got a VTuber the size of Iron Mouse to guest at the very first con they ran. What? How? It was very, very, very cool. It was very, very cool. You went to a stream for 5 minutes and got gifted a sub. This is the final point on this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. So let me get this straight. When you came out the dining room... Asked nicely? Maybe. Vibing is horrid, praise Thatcher? Negashinsu? No! I could never say praise Thatcher. I could never say praise Thatcher. I'd ban myself from life before I said that. Oh my god. You saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of Mystery Badger. Huh? I can't present any of the profiles, can I? Okay. Hang on. Is it Deacon? Is Deacon the one who's KO'd Edgeworth and then he's been killed afterwards? Wait, what? Hold on. No, surely not. Throw Gumshoe under the bus. Absolutely not. Never. Maybe it's the costume? But it's the only thing we have. Remember there were glass shards in the victim costume? Yeah.
Take that!
The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullets. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror was broken. Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for the theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Ayah! Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it who was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lanzamano. Uh-oh. Everybody has a good grab the gun and shot him. Better do his best beer. You can't take the gun and shot him. How do we do when you fair? He's out in criminal. It's him, yeah. Yeah, and Jennifer's only fair.
My boy was only trying to protect himself.
That remains to be seen. Will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I'll leave the rest to you. Huh, as if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight.
Well, I didn't do any murder. The only bunch you should be arresting is Lance.
Yeah. He fell over. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here?
You're not gonna possibly know the answer to such an asinine question.
You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know.
You came to see me.
What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name she used here for that case? Sheena. It's known as the KG8 incident. You don't protect yourself by making your girlfriend think she killed her father. Yeah, that's very true. The KG8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you recall the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling, there's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Devore. Oh. Oh, Father. Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Devore, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Devore was arrested in place of you, which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret.
No. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh, pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. What the? Who the heck was that? Oh? What the fuck? Huh? What? Huh? Wait, what? Huh? But, what? Huh? I think this case and the precedent are a flashback. I didn't realize this was a flashback, actually. I got very confused just then. I forgot that it's a flashback. I was like, this guy's dead! I don't remember what voice he had. I don't remember what voice this guy had. But the first case of this game happens just after this one. Ah, okay. I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jack Portman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Oh, Jack, thank goodness you're here.
Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I got the back in the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Damn. Guys, arrest the two suspects. Sir! Oh. Oh. I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Hey, is there any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how's it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. Ha! It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amano in the smuggling ring, right? No. I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Oh, is that guy we nailed in the first case? Ah, I see. The mole is Portsman, and that's why he killed his partner, to cover it up. Okay. Ah, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry, it's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years, every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I will be so forgiving. So don't you forget it. Okay? Please wait. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honoured House of Lang in Zhengfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honour and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Yeah, no worries, Zach. You take care and have a good one, alright? Hopefully see you soon. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts, and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. The details of what happened exactly will be revealed in I2. Understood. Come on, Jim. We better catch up. Yeah. We still gotta deliver that thing to the old man, after all. And off they go. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Yeah, you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? No problem, sir. Excuse me. Yeah, what is it? That is, thank you very much. Wait, does she fancy Gumshoe? Oh, gummers. Oh, gummers. Oh, gummers. Oh, it's okay. Don't need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective. Well, I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realised my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. Oh, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Porps, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Porps. Me? Lance revealed that the two of you were related. Oh, he realised, I should say. Which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Devore into cooperating. Father! As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. That is... Thank you very much. You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me. No, Lauren, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Pfft, Jesus. What the fuck? Haha, looks like you completely stole her away, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. Huh? What are you going on about now? Wow, you deduce these skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how'd you know this girl? Huh. Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Gummy? Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That's... What is that? A cravat? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then-child Kay. And Detective Gumshoe. Another flashback, huh? Alright, let's go. The end. Interesting. All about the time train. Yeah. Choo choo. Okay, so right, so we've got a flashback, and then we've got right. Okay, understood. This one actually did feel that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Like, it got very silly, and honestly, like, I'm a bit traumatized by how many badges we saw, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Right, let's go. We'll make a start on this one tonight. Give me a second. I'm just going to grab a... Where's my jacket? Can I get it? I can just about reach it. Okay, just going to put my jacket on. Kay Faraday. The young lady who calls herself the second Yasugarasu. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Oh, excuse me. 7 years earlier. It's Udgy! Wait, who are these people? Yeah, that's right. I did it. I killed the guy. But it was the great thief Yatagarasu that told me to do it. I asked the defendant, just what exactly are you trying to say? Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Are you saying that I'm the Yatagarasu? Don't you dare deny it. You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy. Are you claiming Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu? That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. Rell, I think we've heard just about enough of you. Your Honour, please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me. So that's Kay's dad then. Kay's dad was a lawyer? Okay. In accordance with the defendant's accusation, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. He was a prosecutor. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Ah! Young Edgeworth. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be... as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Who's this? Edgeworth. Uh-oh. Sir. I don't remember what his voice was.
Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial?
Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know.
Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection.
I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honoured and proud.
As I've watched over your studies, I'm giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion.
Yes, sir. That such a legendary prosecutor has been watching and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Okay. Can't tell about the chief just yet, it's a spoiler. I will keep my eye on chat, don't worry about that. Who are you? This is so good. I'm drinking all gallon. I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? A bulletin board. There are trial schedules posted on it. Trials scheduled for this week. There's only today's trial listed. This must be a mistake, or this country's judicial system is not working as it should. Oh, hydration. Yes, thank you. Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter?
I just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvres by now.
This is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres here.
Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here.
What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? Speak to Karma?
Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute.
Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct?
Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Bern Faraday, gave the order. Ha! Faraday is such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey.
Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Bern Faraday?
He's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense.
Was Armando passing by when that old lady was here last time? I don't remember. Maybe. Nonsense.
He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court.
Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law.
Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. A prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters.
Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals, I see.
Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has will not be forgiven.
Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Bern Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt.
Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power of von Karma.
Okay. So what evidence have we've just got our badge. My mentor, who has never known defeat in 35 years, legendary prosecutor. Prosecutor an embassy staff killing case, accused by Rel of being the Atagrassi. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Aaron. Enjoy your din-dins.
So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case?
Yes, sir. I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files.
Well, then explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you're talking about.
Understood. A murder was committed on September the 8th in front of the Cadopian embassy. The victim, Mr. Deadman. These pun names. I'm sorry. His name is Dead Man. You can't make it up. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but Ace Attorney pun names are generally quite funny, but he's literally Mr. Dead Man. The defendant in this case, Mr. Macrell, was held for question the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yasugarasu had successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yasugarasu, but that he did not kill Dead Man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie.
It's possible that he wants to go down well in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth.
Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. Our witness is first-degree murderer. He attests that Mr. Innocent is guilty. Yeah. Sounds about right, to be fair.
The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitors' gallery.
Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yasugarasu, Bern Faraday.
That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of the Kodopian Embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident.
The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough.
Well, even among the police, this information only a select few are privy to.
Could you please enlighten me, sir? Sir, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident?
In order for you to me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents.
This is a 3-year-old newspaper.
You have heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct?
Let's have a look at it now, actually. Kodopian Embassy staff member Manny Cochin found not guilty. A shadow over the Amano Group. What's his relation to the smuggling ring? The victim, Miss CCU. Okay. Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling.
Correct. CCU is an employee of the Amano Group, and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court.
Wasn't a Kodopian Embassy staff member arrested for the murder?
Yes, a Kodopian by the name of Manny Cochin was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved.
Lack of evidence?
Ha! If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt.
To make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor really is dedicated.
Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then. He was pathetic as ever.
Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well.
That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you're currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization.
And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify.
You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident.
So that's why it's being called the second KG-8 incident?
Yes. Yet there's one difference between the two incidents.
What would that be?
The so-called noble thief that is setting everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yasugarasu.
Yasugarasu, I better find out more. I shouldn't have given Manfred this voice. It's very hard to actually, like, keep up. If it is true that the Yasugarasu showed up at the Kodopian embassy, what could he or she have been after?
No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or more likely, to steal secrets from the Kodopian embassy itself. Since the item that the Yasugarasu stole from there was sent to the police.
Excuse me. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police?
I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen items to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say?
That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu had left evidence behind, correct?
Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, I suggest you ask Faraday.
Mr. Faraday?
He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well.
He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG8 incident and the Yatagarasu case. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Oh, it's Kay!
What is it, little girl?
You're scary, mister.
Did you need something?
I want to trade these coins with you.
A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want?
Thanks, that's exactly what I needed.
Could that child be here to watch the trial?
How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore?
Paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is complete.
Why you? Do you know how much time there is left before the trial resumes?
I'm so sorry.
I can have you mopping this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant.
It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me.
A proud one you are. You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible the defense is not prepared yet either?
Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. It's Udgy! Udgy Walk!
Ah, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson.
Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume, however. A popper? Oh, Faraday's been shot, hasn't he?
Yes, it'll be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar. Without the evidence from Faraday. Where's that blasted buffoon up to?
It's an emergency, sirs! It's Gumshoe!
Silence!
There should be no yelling in this sacred hall of law. Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom at once.
Please. Wait, you have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendant lobby number 2, Mr. Faraday and the defendant. The two of them. They're both dead, Your Honor. What? What? Both of them? Stir back. Ugh. Those allowed on the crime scene. Period. Just who does this oddball think he is? This is becoming quite the hotspot. Isn't she Mr. Rel's defense attorney? Hey, you! You're running the hallway, pal. The Sin Sissy voice fits for this guy? Nice. And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse.
This sofa looks like it's seen a fair share of use, and it looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the window. Ah, my eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes in the barred window. As a student of Ankara, I refuse to back down. I won. Okay. Why are there ants eating, like, something, Courthouse specials. Good grief, that's expensive. And you are... Ooh, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a district prosecutor. Prosecutor? Never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal. I've told you my name. Now, would you mind telling me yours? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Just recently I achieved my dream becoming a detective. More than a dream. It's what I was born to do. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first? This detective is entirely too excited to be in a murder scene. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident? You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right? I know that, but it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. Why, you're proud of such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad's the one in charge, so you're just going to have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to Defendant Lobby number 2. Defendant Lobby number 2, huh? Okay. So you were on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty? Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kind of froze. You're a detective and a measly gunshot scared you that much? Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range. Then Detective Bad came running to scene. Went into lobby number 2 together. Both men were lying there dead. Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep or struggle. Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Okay. Do you have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially at a time like this. Ah, I apologise for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? I'll have you know, madam, I studied under Manfred von Karma. Do not take me for some naive novice. If you don't take me for some naive novice. So you're a student of von Karma? I should have. Those clothes are a dead giveaway. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. Oh, thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything with the sword. Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. And if you're telling the truth, then we're about to go head-to-head in court. Hold on. Callisto Yu. CCU was a victim in... Interesting. I see a connection there. Related, maybe? Okay. Okay. Ah, but of course, I've heard much about you, Miss Yu. Ah, but of course, I've heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare. Did I say something funny? I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? Ugh, what's so funny? It's just the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I go back into the court and pretend as though nothing happened. That's a good point. I apologise for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay. So I guess this must be bad.
Are you bad? Do you know it? Young Judges for Justice. A poster of the judge. There's a longer slogan of some sort in it in tiny letters at the bottom. Every strike of my gavel brings the truth closer to me and my hair farther away. Is this a promotional poster for the court or a hair growth product? He's a bad guy? I don't know. Maybe. Excuse me, but who are you? Detective Terrell Bad. Wrong voice, sorry. Detective Terrell Bad. Homicide. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial. Plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have a right to know. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he threatening me? Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade, and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, a Mr. Mackerel, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went into defendant lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. Such impudence. This guy's really testing my patience. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court? One of your favourite characters? Okay. Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yasugarasu case is also one of my assignments. So you were called upon to comment on the Yasugarasu's characteristics, in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yasugarasu or not. Well, well, looks like you just might have a brain after all, man of yours, son. Son? I'm not your son, Pops. It's you. There's someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Cadopian embassy staff member by the name of Manny Kochi. But... what's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's mood just changed all of a sudden. I think I understand what's going on here. So, she is Callisto Yu. Her sister, I think, is CCU. There's some sort of relation, but Manny Kochin was the one who was accused of killing her, so I think he's the one who supposedly killed her sister. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Kochin... I'll be right there. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu. Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again. No. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? Fine, let's go.
Bad.
Von Karma, it's been a long time.
I knew you would show up. You usually do when the Yatagarasu's involved, and I see this case is no exception.
Do you know Detective Bad, sir?
Yes, he's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only he'd get a promotion and move on.
It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective.
It's not like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bad. The man I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG8 incident?
So I was right.
Just what is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday. I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile! I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes.
Von Karma, I think you said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed.
Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation.
Attention!
Oh no!
Papa, how can you place him in charge?
Francisca, what are you doing here?
I'm here for summer vacation. What else?
Oh no! Oh, god damn it! Oh, baby Francie, and that means I've got to pitch shift her voice up.
So she goes from speaking like this and being generally kind of deep-voiced angry German to this very squeaky, high-pitched German. She will whip you, edgy boy.
Oh, fucking Jesus. Why? Okay. Franziska von Karma, so she is here on vacation from Germany. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a student of his who's also junior to me.
You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it.
It's a riding crop. So... Hold on a minute.
How old is she? She's like 11.
Doesn't tell us. But, like, if this is 7 years ago, and she's 18 or 19, she's like 11 or 12 at this point. You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you?
Ha! If you were able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'd never allow myself to lose to you. Never.
Why does she always have to be this competitive?
Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Mars Edgeworth to cover the case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I'm 100% confident I can do a better job than him.
That's just like Francisca. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them.
Bad.
Yeah?
These two will be conducting the investigation.
What? You want me to let both these kids loose on the crime scene?
Ha! This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills.
The crime scene is no place for children to be messing around in.
I'm the one with the authority over this crime scene, Bad. And I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Francisca, I leave this case to the two of you.
Understood, sir.
Yes, Papa.
I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me.
God, I hope he doesn't show up again for a while. My throat is wrecked. Hold up, Von Karma, I still have it.
Mars Edgeworth.
It's been quite some time, Francisca.
This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
Would it kill you to at least say hello?
Long time no see.
Very good.
Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud.
She hasn't changed a bit.
Mars Edgeworth, as I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name.
For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter. It looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him, he never fails. Now, I'd appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad. You're better off checking things out on your own. Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be the most arduous task. Oh, boy. Okay. Right. So before we go through this, I'm just going to slink off for a quick wee. Give me a second, chap. Waha, we're back. Is the only real explanation they killed each other simultaneously.
Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they are finished talking.
What are you talking about?
I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
A competition?
The person that figures out the truth first wins.
So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name?
Exactly. I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things come from your foolishly foolish mouth.
Fine, whatever makes you happy.
Can I take that as you accepting my challenge?
Once again, whatever makes you happy.
Ha! Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am.
Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. How delightfully childish. Okay. You kids over there.
Kid? Ha! Serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid.
I said kids, kid.
How dare you call me a kid as well?
I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy. You're gonna watch over these two. Yes, sir, Detective Bad, sir. Now, what do I say from now on, kids, okay? I'll do what I say from now on.
You'd better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do.
Oh! Then you, prosecutor boy. Let's get your investigation started already, alright? Great, now even that detective is treating me like a child. Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and if you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary. What? What would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was? That's up to you now, isn't it? Really? Sounds good, pal. He's so naive. We're already threatening Gumshoe. Oh my god. Okay. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you? What is it? It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons. Yeah, it does. That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapons? The gun was inside a Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member, but I've never heard anything about the knife. Mr. Rell was being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well. Hold on. I recognise that... Was that... I recognise that. Was that on the Cadopian flag? The white rose? Could it have been a piece of evidence that had yet to be presented? But then, why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it. Oh, maybe you've got a brain in there after all, kid. Is he going to treat me like a child forever? It looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this. Not yet. I feel it is much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to protect the honour of the Von Karma name. Okay. I love the fact that... This is excellent. This is excellent. Like, VTUBER anime games have jiggle physics. We have cravat physics. Amazing. The cravat has physics. Look, it bounces. That's amazing. The attention to detail is fantastic. That is genuine. Like, look, let's see if I can. Look. The cravat has physics. That's amazing. We don't need breast jiggle physics. We've got Edgeworth cravat physics. Amazing. I love it. That's genuinely amazing. Okay, so
This decorative plant foliage is quite nice. It's actually soothing to be around it. Edgy will start to dance? Maybe. Perhaps I should purchase one for my room. There are some plastic bags stacked up on the table. There's a tea set too, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of a disturbance. Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy. Maybe they were super quiet in their scuffle? After all, I didn't hear anything from out in the hallway, you know. Flat is justice and so is cravat. Cravat is definitely justice. Maybe the plastic bag scattered on the floor are throwing us off. There's a bag? There's some stuff in the bag, pal. I suppose this was Mr. Faraday's bag. It's probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him. This is the evidence? Oh, I better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it. Do you just not pay attention to anything you do? Insert Rushia joke? I mean, look over here. The stabby is probably the Rushia joke we're going to make tonight, huh? Can I speak to the guy on the other side of the corpses? No. It looks like Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Rell. At first glance, it seems like they must have killed each other. However, using logic, the only logical conclusion is, aha! What was that outburst for? The detective's instinct just hit me real hard. It was Mr. Rell that fell first, see? You don't need a detective's instinct for that. It's common sense. But I suppose we won't know much more than that until after I examine the bodies. Okay. This bag is suspicious, because like, where's the rest of the blood? Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? Those bags were keeping evidence safe, pal. I know that much, detective. You sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal? Normally I'd be happy when someone compliments me, but when it's this guy... Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Okay. Looks like Mr. Faraday died while holding the gun in his right hand. So he shot Mr. Rell, then fell on top of him while still gripping onto the gun. I guess that does seem kind of strange, huh? I mean, why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? It's not exactly rocket science, even I know how to pull a trigger. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. No part have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure does look cool to hold it in your hands. It appears that the police's screening procedures need a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot down some notes about the hand in Mr. Faraday's hand. Okay. Mr. Faraday, how ironic it is for him to lose his life in a courthouse. Yeah, why'd it have to be like this? I don't know what to say. I can't believe this happened while I was on watch, pal. Rather than beating yourself up, you should spend your time continuing the investigation. Didn't you become a detective in order to solve crimes? Yeah. Then get back to work. Find out the cause of his murder. Right, I'm on it, pal. First he killed a Cadopian Embassy staff member, then he was murdered himself. This guy. This guy wasn't exactly an angel, you know. Oh? What makes you say that? Well, he's been hauled into the precinct several times for theft and assault, pal. So yeah, he's definitely the type to commit a murder or two. Well, he did admit to killing Mr. Dead Man. Yeah, good point, pal. I knew my detective intuition would tell me something. Detective's intuition? Yup. Do you know about it? It's a special feeling that all did... We don't have time for this conversation right now. Let's return to the investigation. Yeah, they called him Dead Man. They called the dead guy Dead Man. I lost my shit the first time I saw. I lost my shit the first time I saw it. Looks like Mr. Rell died with a knife in his hand. There's some bloodstock on it. Then he must use this as a weapon. Yup, no doubt about it. Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with him for a very different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down about it. Okay. Is there anything else? Hand? His hand is all black. His hand's all black down here, see? I wonder what it could be. If you look closely, this blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. An ink stain? Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use my feather pen. A feather pen? I've never seen one before. Sure you aren't just making it up, pal? Mr. Rel's cause of death was from being shot, correct?
That's what we think, but it's hard to tell with him lying face down.
Death is bad enough, but it's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth.
Are you sure they were trying to hide something?
I can't confirm Mr. Rel's cause of death with his body positioned like that. Detective Ban, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible.
What's this? You're not able to form a theory for the sense of VTUBER?
I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you? How old is she in this again? 13. I was only a year off. Yeah, R.I.P. my throat. I'm having to not just voice Franziska von Karma, but a 13-year-old, basically child, Franziska von Karma. I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you?
I suppose you do have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it.
Labby.
Yes, sir. We've taken enough photos of the scene, sir.
And there you have it.
Do you not approve?
Of course not.
What?
Investigation of a crime scene is the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will you?
Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir.
Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Okay. They've basically like been injured in the same place. It looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell is holding. Ah! What's wrong, detective?
My stomach started to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed.
Just keep your mind on the case, alright? He's got a pen. Shot in the chest.
It takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for all week and I still haven't fired a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. That must mean...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it's discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away.
You sure do a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. That's mean.
There's an half wound in his chest here, see?
I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is holding.
Labby. Yes, sir. Verified now, sir. Make it quick.
From the look of things, one could deduce that the knife Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Mr. Faraday is holding a gun in his right hand.
That's the one Mr. Rell got blown away by, right? Labby, your answer.
Yes, sir. We found that the ballistic markings do match that gun. Oh, ballistic markings are the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Oh, thank you for the explanation, Ace Attorney. I've never seen that before. I never knew until right now about ballistic markings. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, I already know all about that, pal. Maybe you'd be better off going back to the academy.
I mean, I guess it's a ladder to knowledge, right? Or a step ladder to knowledge.
Come on, sir. Cut me some slack, will you?
So the bullet that was fired from this gun is what felled Mr. Rell. But what's this pen? There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen. Has an especially nice nib.
Hey, you know, always keep a pencil behind me here. It's because Detective Bad's always telling me. You should always write your name on everything you own.
Yeah, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. You can interrogate suspects? Ooh. Can I now? Interesting. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. Can I also gather evidence? Really? Sweet. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case. What a crazy way to go. Still, something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. What's up with the TV? Whoa! What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal. Then perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one. Oh, let me see here. Wow, this thing is huge. Whoa! And way too noisy.
Yours a noisy one, Scruffy.
Don't touch it. You'll get your fingerprints all over it.
But I didn't touch it.
Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work.
The foundation, huh? Sounds like something the rookie here needs to shore up on.
Ah, I see.
Did you figure something out?
This is a competition, Mouse, and as such, I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk to me.
As you wish. Detective Bat, do you have any thoughts on the case?
Faraday and Rell. It looks like they killed each other to me. Although, there are a few things that just don't seem right.
And what would they be?
Why don't you try thinking on your own first before you bother me, boy?
Now I've been downgraded to just boy? Bad doesn't take any sort of shit, does he? The window is open and... Huh. There's a fresh, flowery scent in the air. Ugh, flowers in garden down there are so gross and ghastly. Do you think maybe you could try offering something useful for a change? Well, at least there's no way someone escaped through this window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor. Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are also iron bars on the windows? Bad doesn't take shit from anyone. He seems cool. Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one could get through these windows, right? You gotta go, Hades. No worries. You take care, and thank you for the hangs. Hopefully, I will see you soon. We're playing Haunting Ground on Sunday, my next plan stream. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow as a night off. So yeah, you have a good one. Hopefully see you Sunday, but if not, then take care and I'll see you next time. Slaughter. Okay. Time for some logic. I think you might have been right though there. So let's do some logicking. Okay. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen. Or let's ask the lab guy. Detective Gumshoe. I confirmed the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen. Ah! There's a problem there. I see. Good work. You know, I've always wanted to say that, even if it's just one time in my life. If Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand, I think it's fair to assume he was left-handed. It appears Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well. Okay, if you say so, pal. There's a problem. He's holding the gun in his right hand, but he's left-handed. We've seen this happen before. Someone's planted that gun there. Good luck shooting a gun in your offhand. Well, there is a way to do it. You just have to be called Salvador.
Hey, time to compensate! Daka, 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 daka.
How are these Borderlands 2 jokes working for you kids? Hit, miss, bit of both, bit of neither. Okay, bit more logic maybe? Neat and tidy table. Plastic bags used to store evidence strewn all over the floor. The scent of flowers is in the air. Do any of these fit together? Do any of these fit together? Plastic bags used to store evidence are strewn all over the floor. Let's exhaust all other possibilities first. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? Those bags are keeping evidence safe, pal. I know that much, detective. You sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal? Normally I'd be happy when someone compliments me when it's this guy. Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Oh, we've already seen that. The TV's been left on. Why are you looking at me like that? It wasn't me. I didn't touch anything. Gumshoe, you do know what will happen to you if you touch something again. Right? I won't touch anything. I won't even go anywhere near the TV, sir. And you, get back to your investigation, alright? I was planning to do so anyway. I think we have to logic then. These two things don't make sense individually, but perhaps putting them together... Yeah, okay. There is a very tiny pile of plastic bags on the table, and yet a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle. In which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got there? Another reason? I believe it's possible the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow. Oh, please get that blood away from me, pal. Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on the bag? Hold on, let me ask the lab guy. Alright. Please hurry. Where to go, Lord? This part's Mr. Faraday's. You playing Borderlands 2 Assault on Dragon Keep for the first time? Nice! Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina. She's the one. She got her badonkadonks. That's some uncanny calling you out. Yeah, that was pretty funny, actually. I had no idea either. Oh. Make sure that you appease Tiny Tina by bringing her the badonkadonks, alright? Oh, the technician said they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either. It would appear this bag is a very important piece of evidence. Okay, if you say so, I'll leave it in your hands, pal. Okay. I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other. No, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there is actually a contradiction that shows there is another possibility. No way, pal, really? I suppose we'll just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. It's this. Come on, let me skip through the text. There we go. Oh, it's easy to move it like that with WASD. Okay. Yeah, Dragon Keep is actually very good, so you're gonna have some fun with that. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, ladies and gentlemen,
is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene. Yeah, you're right, pal. That seemed kind of strange. But how could something like this happen? The facts add up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died. Someone else. Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Okay.
Here's the autopsy report.
It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting.
Way better than the base game and Carnage DLC, somehow better than Pirate's Booty. Yeah. Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep DLC was really good. I remember I played it years ago. Really, really, really good. God, it's been ages since I played Borderlands. Okay, let's have a look at the autopsy reports.
It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case.
Do we actually have the autopsy report? We actually don't. Oh, wait, no, crime scene notes. Okay. Discovered immediately after a gunshot was heard. Faraday died of a knife stab to the chest. Shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death. Rell died of a bullet wound to the chest. No gunpowder burned on his clothes, suggesting he was shot from a few yards away. Possibly he was alive for a little while after being shot. Okay. You find Borderlands 2 tedious? I guess it depends on which class you play. And if you're playing it solo especially. As a solo game, it's kind of bad. But if you've got a group, it's really good fun. It's one of those games that, like, it's infinitely improved by having a solo necromancer. Yeah, that's fair. The group that I played with was a gunzerker, a necromancer, and then I played Siren. Because I was the healer. Are you sure we know everything?
Of course. The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt.
Do you really believe that to be the truth?
Ha! Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you? That you don't want to believe it's true? It's alright. If you disagree with my arguments, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is.
Don't worry, I will. Are we really arguing with a child? Oh my god, we're arguing with a child.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Ha, okay. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. He has to watch two kids argue over two dead bodies. What a day.
Hold it!
Do you truly believe that Mr. Faraday died instantaneously?
I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest.
You feel like Borderlands 2 feels like a downgrade? I think that Borderlands 1, the problem is it doesn't use hit scan for the weapons that should be hit scan. So, like, a lot of time, your weapon will register damage about a second behind the shot, which actually makes the gunplay very inconsistent and very annoying. Borderlands 2 has much better gunplay. Borderlands 3 improves the gunplay at the cost of story. Like, Borderlands 2 is the balance. It's got a passably decent story with good gunplay, and especially when you're in a group, it's very fun. Borderlands 3, the gunplay and like general controls were really good, but the story was so bad. You know, the streamers are taking over, we have to stop them. No, you can't stop us. You can't stop us.
There, you'll see. It's been documented clear as day.
Ah, Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rel before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement?
Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself, however. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need.
Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rel before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see.
Hold it!
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rel stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Rel became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled. And in the end, Mr. Rel was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
Can you really say that it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append that statement to your testimony.
Fine.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
The struggle that Mr. Rel used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
Hold it!
Did he now? About this statement.
Mr. Rel used all of his remaining strength to take the knife and defend himself. One can easily see they had a violent struggle. Of course, it's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do.
How does one compare the damage a crop can do with the state of this room? Sound a little hoarse? I do have a drink, actually. Thank you. It's because of the Von Karma voice. Like, Manfred and Francisca are kicking my ass. I'm getting absolutely slapped around by a 50-year-old man and a 13-year-old girl.
For Scattered's edge was a fight. Is there anything else I can explain for you?
No, that will be fine. Okay. I feel like this is the statement. We've been prompted here, right? They struggled and Mr. O used the last of his strength to counterattack Faraday. Okay. But surely if Faraday died first, why is he on top of Rel? If he's died first, why is he the one on top? That doesn't make any sense. Ara, am I cooking here? Today you learned burn meant raven in Gaelic? I never knew that, you know. I never knew that. I've learned something today as well. I'm cooking, but I'm too early? Okay. Didn't hear sign of a struggle? Ah. Ah ha ha ha. Yeah. I overcooked and I didn't go over Gumshoe's testimony.
Objection!
If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing.
Ha! You place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rel get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It is not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rel saw a chance and took it out at some point.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rel took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rel after being stabbed?
Isn't there something strange in Francisca's statement just now? Yeah, something is off. Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rel after being stabbed, because he died instantly.
Take that!
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that.
Oh, you got me.
But of course.
Well then, if the report is correct, there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense.
That is an amazing emote. Mousie's got some banger emotes. Woohoo! Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisca.
I just wanted to explain to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francisca, you've still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic?
Mr. Faraday died instantly, and the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is the order the bodies fell. Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then, the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled.
No!
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's, therefore, they were pegging. Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Mousie's got so many emotes, I can imagine.
Objection!
Which means the real mystery behind this crime scene that we must solve is...
Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth.
What now?
I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box.
Yeah, Mousie's probably got, like, as many emotes as she does models. She gets a new model, like, every single month. It's fucking mad. It's actually insane how many models... She has so many models. She'd have to do, like, 3 streams a day for a solid month and use a different model per stream to use them all in the space of 1 month. Oh my god. Okay. 3 pages of emotes. Jesus, man.
And that it's even clear now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. Too many emotes. Okay.
It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. The 2 bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest they fell in the opposite order.
Does it not? I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, then I can present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. I think I see where the problem is already. So I'm going to go straight to it. I think it's this statement. And I'll tell you why. They attacked each other at the same time. Knife has to be point blank, but the gun was fired from a few yards away.
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time?
I assume Mr. Faraday had the 2 different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rell while holding both the knife and revolver. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it's possible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. Good thing I pressed. I saw that I was going to need to press.
Huh, I don't see any point to that, but as you please. That fact indicates they attacked each other at the same time from close range.
Oh, it's not even a revolver, Franny. Oh, dear.
Objection!
So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rel's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rel and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Yeah, Francisca, that garbage hypothesis of a theory you've got, I'm going to shove my entire crevasse up your ass because it's fucking wrong. Amazing. Ah! Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rel moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation.
What a completely foolish line of foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool. If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?
The person that attacked first with murderous intent, that would be neither man. You prefer a revolver over a handgun? Revolvers are easier to clean, allow more types of ammo. I think it depends, really. Like, as far as I know, any gun is, with limited exception, chambered for one particular cartridge size. And as my understanding goes, you have to swap out, like, the barrel and the mechanism to accommodate for other round sizes. So, like, a gun will be chambered for a particular type of bullet, and you've got to faff about massively to swap that around. So the main thing with a revolver is it has the revolving chamber, 5 or 6 round capacity, 7 at maximum, I think. A handgun, you can fit a lot more into the magazine, like up to... So, like, for a Glock, for instance, would have 17 round capacity. 18 can be achieved. What you do is you load, you cock it, and then you put a fresh clip in. You've got 17 in the mag, you've got 1 chambered. You've got 18 in total. So it's a higher capacity. I don't know about the cleaning side of things. We've gotten sidetracked about guns, but it's neither man. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can be only one explanation. There was a third person here. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. The music is so good. Ah! It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. The third person is the real culprit.
Mouse Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime?
Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been a setup made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it, and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle is not yet in place. What is the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person involved? What is that? That's an amazing emote. Okay, let's think. I believe Faraday brought this as evidence found in Rel's hand. Fountain pen used by Faraday. It looks like it's a quality nib. One of the bags strewn on the floor of lobby number 2 has Faraday's blood on it. Let's have a look at this. We haven't examined it, have we? This blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Okay. think. I feel like it's the gun. I feel like it's the gun, and I'll tell you why I think it's the gun. Because it's the gun or the pen, isn't it? Because the gun's in the wrong hand. Am I right? Is it to do with his handedness? Partly. Or is it the weapons themselves? Because no one knows where this knife came from. No one knows where this knife came from, right? And it's got that white rose emblem on it, which I think was a Cadopian sign. I've got one evidence right so far. Oh. You're not going to tell me which, are you? You're not going to tell me which. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, God damn it. Okay. So the gun or the pen is correct. But hang on. When I said gun or the pen, we said partly. When we said knife and the pen, we got one evidence right so far. So it'd have to be the knife or the pen then. Huh? No? Oh, no! What? What? Hang on. I'm confused. Hold on. I've got one evidence right so far. When I said gun or pen, said partly to gun or knife. Oh, I see. So the gun. So it has to be the gun then. Because I went for the gun because of the handedness.
Take that!
The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person. The bag? How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Ah, I see, okay. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splash when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife. Then by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. Ah! Wow, we just destroyed a child. Just absolutely beat her.
Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation.
Yes.
Objection.
I see. Wow, Udgy's riding.
What the heck's up with you, pal?
Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. What? What? Why is the judge riding out? They look like they're about to go at each other in a fighting game. Udgy's ready for a fight. Gumshoe's ready to grapple, but Udgy is a, lightning bruiser.
What's the meaning of this?
Huh, looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare.
That detective claims he was there standing in front of the door the entire time, but I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Miss Yu, I asked that you explain that last statement. I'll let His Honour explain it himself.
I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway.
What? See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time
want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir!
It would appear that the one who sets this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of struggle.
Was that statement really a lie?
Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. I'll spit out the truth, or so help me.
I haven't lied to anyone, sir, honest. I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time. Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not?
Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy.
All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something.
And what's that?
What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Why he wasn't in the state of the hallway. Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in the hallway at any time, correct?
Huh? Oh, of course not, pal.
You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me?
Watch your mouth, pal. You can't go around saying stuff like that about me without any evidence.
I suppose you're right. I have no evidence at this point. Miles Edgeworth, how can you be losing a battle of wits with this detective? You're a disgrace.
Ugh.
Maybe I should ask about something else. Okay, let's try the middle one then. Why he wasn't in the hallway. Detective Gumshoe, why were you missing from the hallway for a span of time?
Look, pal, like I said, I was there the whole time, okay?
But there is testimony against you. Miles Edgeworth, why are you wasting our time with a completely useless question? It's the only logical reason as to why he was absent. He was busy committing a crime. Anyone who says otherwise is a fool.
Ah.
So it's the top one. Okay. Motive. I suppose that the one thing I'd like clarified. What did you miss with the adorable little Francisca? She is being very high-pitched and she is causing much strain to my vocal cords.
Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything?
No, sir, not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir.
Is that a fact?
Objection.
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying.
The more natural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine, you amuse me, so I'll humour you with a little courtroom practice.
Okay.
It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation?
You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Quiet. We can't trust anything you say.
Just a satellite dish as a forehead?
Yeah. Sir.
There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed per se, but there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. She should be eyed by the SETI team. Oh my god. Misuse perfect explanation. May not be so perfect after all. Okay. I don't think we're going to get anything here. Why did he get chewed out?
Hold it!
Hold it! Mr. Faraday was upset. Oh, sorry, give me a second, guys. My jug has rode up my legs. There we are. Yeah, you know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. And there he was, totally beat red in the face. And the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die.
Just like the face he's making now, right?
Oh, I'm completely innocent, Anzelia. The poor man. It was quite the scene with the detective. Okay. Yeah, we know that Gumshoe's fine. Gumshoe couldn't do this. You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you. Yeah, I have to say it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to stay clear of him. No way. I thought it was because I had something stuck on my face.
But you do!
Huh? What I got stuck on my face? Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Oh, and those ridiculous eyebrows. What? I don't like her. Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun. Miss Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now.
Sure, why not?
I really don't like this lady.
Hold it!
You doubt Gumshoe not only doesn't know which end of the bullet end of the bullet of a gun comes out, but which part's the handle? I don't think he's that dumb. To got a new detective's salary right off the bat like that. I'm not really familiar with the way you guys relate, but is that common practice? Speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you threaten to do that to me earlier too? I suppose I did.
It's only natural to cut a verseless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone you're old with the snap of his fingers.
Do you think maybe that's reason enough for detectives to hate you people? Well, I guess. They really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier. Do I have anything that contradicts that? I don't think I do. You call your explanation perfect.
It's not to your liking.
Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards.
Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case?
What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Alright, if you could clear this one thing up for me. Which one are we going to go for? So, Faraday and Gumshoe's relation. Faraday's a prosecutor, Gumshoe's a detective. Motive for killing Mr. Rel. Yeah, we know how Faraday was killed. Motive for killing Mr. Rel? Let's try that. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rel?
His motive for killing Rel? Like I would know.
If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves?
Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea.
What? But that's impossible. She must know something.
Wait. Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh.
Ugh, I didn't even do anything and you're already laughing away.
Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway.
Oh, would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation.
Perfect this, perfect that.
Stop being so uptight, or is that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma?
Mars Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this rude woman up.
I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second.
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids.
Okay.
There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they killed each other.
I wonder if that's really true. I think... Hold on a minute. KGA instant overview. Because I think it's this. Because Faraday was the prosecutor for this case. But the guy that Rel killed was a Cadopian embassy member, right? Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG8 instance people are calling involving an embassy staff member, and the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? I think I've got this. I think I see what I need to do here.
Hold it!
So there is no one else who might have a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. I suppose no one is a bit of a stretch, but I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in this courthouse today. She's lying through her teeth. We just saw someone like that here earlier. Besides, you don't need to prove that the killer had a grudge against both men. So I think... Because let me show you where my thought process comes from, right? She is Callisto Yu, lawyer of embassy staff killing defendant Rel was battler in court. So she is Callisto Yu. The defendant... Sorry, the murder victim in this case was CC Yu, who I assume is her sister. And Faraday was the one prosecuting this case. The Cadopian embassy... The Cadopian... the guy who was accused of killing the embassy staff member got off because there wasn't enough evidence. So basically, Faraday's failed to prosecute this guy. And then Rel has gone and killed an embassy staff member. Oh wait, no, he is the embassy staff member. He's killed her. Yeah, I'm getting like my explanation twisted up. But basically, the gist of it is, I think she's related to Callisto. Faraday's failed to prosecute this guy, and then when if it's tied up, it's got something to do with this, right? It has something to do with this. I'm going to try and play this here.
Objection!
Yeah, it was that. Miss Yu, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was the suspect in the original KG8 incident, and a member of the Cadopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, I think I cooked the right answer, but with the wrong conclusion. Ha. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. You think I got twisted? Yeah, I was thinking. My line of logic error was this. Faraday fucked up prosecuting Cochin. If CCU is her sister, she'd have reason to want revenge against Faraday for letting her sister's murderer walk free. That was where my mind was going with that. The man who killed a member of the Cadopian embassy staff, Mr. Rel, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two. You covered for me, pal. Rel killed dead man and Faraday was trying to prosecute him. Yeah. Maybe not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect, make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony, these are the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out. You want to investigate Cochin?
You'd just be wasting your time.
And why is that?
Courtship was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial. Or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived.
Then the only real suspect we saw is still Detective Gumshoe.
I suppose so.
No way, come on, Detective Man, you gotta believe me, sir. I really was in the hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay, then all you're saying, there was someone else who passed through the hallway.
No, there was no one else, sir.
Then why should I believe you didn't do it?
That is one incredibly foolish detective, standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt.
I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. He's so bad as there are gunshot sounds in his theme.
Yeah.
And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you would think that he would at least offer up I spaced out while on duty or the like.
Come on, Gumshoe, time for your interrogation.
Detective Bad. Oh dear.
Mars Edgeworth, I've gone ahead and reported this to Papa.
And that, as they say, is that, right, everyone? Ho, ho, ho.
Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh? Before we do, Miss Huber, there's something I'd like to speak with you about.
What is it? So, what did you want to ask me about?
The current case of the murdered Cadopian Embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types.
And, what about it?
I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers.
No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident.
I'd appreciate it if you stopped with the false accusations. Baseless outlets are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know?
I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here.
You can stop making that ultra-serious face in front of me.
Ugh. If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. I think it's what I was cooking with before. She's related to the murder victim, isn't she? Miss Yu, I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident.
That files your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident?
Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case?
Sorry, but we're not related. Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but...
Ugh. Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth.
Alright, I'll tell you everything I know.
As you guessed,
the one who reported the smuggling activities to the Amano group was my sister, CCU.
as I thought.
And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Cochin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree.
All because of lack of evidence.
No, I heard the evidence to convict him did exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence.
Then the evidence had been tampered with.
Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of his secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along.
How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation?
I don't really know, which is why I wanted to become the lead defence on this case that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know.
You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring?
I don't know what to think.
Okay. Why did Mr. Coachman want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defence lawyer in this case after he'd arrived.
No worries, Don, so you take care. We'll be wrapping up relatively soon, I think, because my voice is starting to go. But yeah, hopefully see you on Sunday for Haunting Ground. But if not, I'll see you next time I see you. Some water. Oh, thank you. Yeah, cheers for the hang. Do you have a good rest of your day, alright?
He figured he should say hi and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh boy, stop with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face.
The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, and people in the gallery claim he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, that's about all I know. Oh, sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh?
That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we?
Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see.
Look at you with your game face all ready to go.
I'm making no such face.
Did you know, laughter's the best medicine, Edgeworth? Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time?
I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter.
There you go, making that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up.
The KG8 incident in this murder investigation. It is my belief these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that detective, Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Why is he lying, though? Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honourable name. Or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Excuse me. Ooh, at the end of the chapter. Okay. Right. Let's save that. Right, okay. And then we'll pull over here. Cause we're gonna wrap things up there because like we've been going for a bit longer than I thought we would. And you can probably tell my voice is like pretty turbo bollocksed. Yeah, that Francisca voice is really quite hard to keep up. Sorry, someone's just messing with Discord. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Francisca killed me. Yeah, she murdered me. She obliterated me. Von Karma himself did a lot of damage as well. So I'm going to go and get myself a lemsip and just kind of kick back and chill for a little bit. Let me just have a look and see. I mean, I think we'll probably just wrap things up at a baseline. Ooh, we're two follows away, 2 subs away on YouTube from YouTube being level with Twitch. That's insane. YouTube's popped off. I don't know what happened. The Half-Life shorts have really boosted my sub count. Like, has anyone followed off the Ace Attorney stream? No, they have not. But on the Half-Life shorts, if I have a look at my analytics there, oh no, someone has joined during the stream. Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's all good either way. But yeah, YouTube's popping off. Like, we're actually well on the way to we're on the way to getting the partner requirements. We need 500 subs and 3,000 public watch hours across the year, and then we get YouTube partner, and that will confer a lot of cool stuff onto me. So at this pace, there is a chance I could make it by
the end of the year to 500 subs. The watch hours, we'll have to see. But anyway, I have got a schedule for the week coming up, so let me just have a quick... I'm pretty sure I put it on my OneDrive. Sunday is Haunting Ground. So we've already mentioned Sunday's Haunting Ground. Let me just have a look at the schedule for the rest of the week. Where is it? Schedules. Here we go. So next week, we've again got a relatively packed week. I've actually got next week and next week is annual leave from work, so I'm off next week anyway. So Monday we'll be playing Resident Evil 0 to the finale. Tuesday we're playing the Paperly Prologue Project Cat. On Wednesday we're playing Dungeon Keeper the Deeper Dungeons again. Thursday we're playing a Dojin game called Sacrifice Go, which is like an underwater horror game. Lots of like drowning involved in that. Lots of like actual like terror, as I understand it. Friday's Ace Attorney Investigations, and then Sunday is the designated Haunting Ground day again. So yeah, looks like it should be a good week. But I'm going to go and get that lamp sit now. Hopefully see you on Sunday for Haunting Ground. Tomorrow night, I'm not streaming because Randon is doing Chat Plays D&D, and I'm going to just be watching that, if I'm honest. And I would suggest that you guys do as well, because it's a very neat system. Daimao made it, and it's going to be super cool to see it actually in action. So, yeah. Hopefully see you guys on Sunday for Haunting Ground anyway. But in the meantime, cheers for the hangs. I will see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.